Yeah.
After 10 years as an offensive coordinator at 6 different schools, Rhett Lashlee is finally getting his shot to be a head coach. Sonny Dykes' departure from SMU to TCU opened the door for Lashlee to return to the Mustangs, where he hopes to pick up right where he left off. So guys, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, breaking down SMU's hire of Rhett Lashlee. Who is he? What is he going to do at SMU? What does their schedule look like? And of course, we're going to grade this official hire when it's all said and done. Before that, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. Guys, those things that take you just a few seconds help us out tremendously in building our channel so we can continue to bring you college football content year round. So if you like these coaching videos, we've got plenty of more of those coming your way. If you are ready for more off-season content coming over the next few months, we've got plenty more coming your way. And of course, with prediction season and the regular season, you're going to be loaded and filled with college football content, guys. So if you like all that, please continue to like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out so much. And of course, we appreciate you and all that you do. So let's take a look at Rhett Lashlee. First off, who is he? You know, for the average college football fan, you might not know who this guy is. But this is a guy that should have had a head coaching gig a long time ago. Rhett Lashlee, to me, is long overdue for his shot as being a head coach. He has had offensive coordinator stops at Samford, Arkansas State, Auburn, UConn, SMU, and most recently, Miami, and now he is the head man in Dallas, head coach of the Mustangs. And the thing is, guys, he thrives everywhere he goes. Rhett Lashlee's offenses have thrived everywhere he has gone, posting 6 top 30 offenses in his career. 6 top 30 offenses in his career. That includes averaging 41.8 points per game. That was good for 7th nationally during his time at SMU back in 2019, going 10-3 in that season as well. He was the offensive coordinator for SMU in 2018 and 2019, but that year was the best by far. 7th ranked offense in the country, leading the Mustangs to a double-digit win season. His career also includes posting over 34 points per game in each of the last 2 years during his time at Miami, and includes a national championship appearance with Auburn under Gus Malzahn back in 2013. Everywhere he goes, guys, offenses thrive. The only exception you could make would be back in 2017, his lone year as offensive coordinator with UConn, and really, what good comes of UConn football? I can't really blame Lashlee for that. But this guy is a well-traveled coach. He's a well-respected coach among most people around the country, and he's still young, just 38 years old, finally getting his shot in a growing American Athletic Conference. So we take a look at the outlook going into this 2022 season. What is in store for Rhett Lashlee and the Mustangs? The thing is, he's in store for a very special year. The potential is there for SMU. You know, a lot of these coaching changes we've talked about, we've said, they've got questions here, they've got questions there. SMU is pretty loaded with talent, and I'll explain why. Let's start with the offense. I mean, he's an offensive mind. You've got Tanner Mordecai returning at quarterback. Last year under Sonny Dykes, threw for over 3,600 yards and 39 touchdowns. So he is back, the transfer quarterback from Oklahoma. Ulysses Bentley, their running back, is returning. Had 610 yards last year, had over 900 rushing yards in 2020. They have a wide receiver in Rashee Rice, had over 670 yards and 9 reception touchdowns last year. They also added Joshua Moore, the wide receiver from Texas, who led the Longhorns in receiving in 2020. Had a bit of a down year in 2021, but looks to kind of revitalize his career now in Dallas and Rhett Lashlee. The biggest area of concern, I would say, guys, ultimately would be defense. If you've got a great offense and you've got a great defense, you're a pretty complete team, but SMU lately has not had a great defense per se. I think Lashlee recognized that. He recognized, hey, I'm not worried about putting up points. I just want to make sure that if we put up points, our defense can get more stops so we can put up even more points. And he went out and hired Scott Simmons from Liberty. And while that name might not sound big to many people, if you watch Liberty football these last few years, you realize they had a pretty dang good defense. Simmons, as defensive coordinator of the Flames each of the last 2 years, posted 2 top 15 defenses. The Flames, again, going 10-1 back in 2020, upsetting Coastal Carolina in that Cure Bowl. So the defense was there for Liberty, and I expect the defense there to be now under Simmons at SMU. We take a look at the schedule. We talk about all this potential that SMU has. They've got great coaches. They've got some great players. Things seem to be put in place for the Mustangs to possibly contend for an American Athletic Conference title. But how's the schedule going to allow that? Well, I will say, if you look at the schedule, they have an early 3-game stretch. So it's going to be very tough for them, and it's going to really show you what this SMU team is made of. At Maryland, TCU at home, and at UCF. That's a very tough 3-game stretch from September 17th through October 1st. And I think, obviously that TCU game is going to be very emotional for many because that will be Sonny Dykes' return to SMU. So a lot of bad blood from the Mustangs fans after losing their head coach to a rival. He's making his return. So that TCU game is going to be a lot of fun. The UCF game going to be huge when it comes to the American standings. Maryland and non-conference games. But let's keep in mind that SMU guys could not only win the American, but if they can win some of these non-conference games, they could be in contention to be the highest ranked Group of 5 champion, which means they could be in contention for a New Year's 6 bowl game. And typically that team does come from the American Conference. So do not shut out Rhett Lashlee and this team just yet. You look at the rest of their schedule. They get to host Cincinnati. They get to host Houston. Those two arguably the top 2 teams in the American going into this year. Those were the 2 teams that met in the American Championship this last year. Cincinnati fresh off a playoff appearance. They host Memphis at the end of the year. So a lot of favorable home games. Those 3 games all at home, TCU at home. So obviously Maryland and UCF going to be tough, but winnable, certainly, for SMU. An 8 to 9 win season and being in contention for an American title when it's all said and done is not out of the question, especially with this type of offense. Rhett Lashlee can do it, and he can do it in year 1. So what are we going to give this hire? What is this ultimate grade for SMU? To me, guys, this is an A-plus hire. And I don't think there's a doubt in my mind. As soon as I heard Rhett Lashley was going to SMU, I said, that's it. That is a fantastic hire. And I put it up there as one of the best of this entire offseason, even though he's not coaching at a Power 5 school. He's not coaching for a blue blood program. This was a huge hire. And I think in time, he might get his shot as a Power 5 head coach. Because like I said earlier, this is a guy that deserved a head coaching gig long before he got it. This is a guy that has been waiting patiently for over 10 years, being an offensive coordinator at 6 different schools. He finally gets a head coaching gig, and he's getting one at a place that he's been before. He was the offensive coordinator at SMU from 2018 and in 2019. Succeeded well in both those years. So he knows the region. He still knows some players. He knows this, obviously the South period, having played high school football and being a graduate assistant at Arkansas, and obviously at Auburn, and now at SMU, Miami. I think he's going to recruit very well. So this is a guy that having ties to SMU already was a major reason that the Mustangs brought him back, and a major reason that I think he's going to succeed very well in 2022. So he knows the culture, he knows his offense, and guys, I'm going to sit here and tell you right now that I don't think SMU drops off. I think SMU only gets better. A lot of times we say new coaches, they have growing pains in their first year. I don't think you're going to see many of those in year 1 under Rhett Lashlee. The Mustangs, with the talent that they have and the coach they have hired, are for real, are legit, and should be taken seriously, and do not be surprised to see them possibly hoisting an American Athletic Conference Championship trophy when it's all said and done. So guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Again, all those things take you just a few seconds, but for us, they help us out tremendously. So take a few seconds to do all of that. Help our channel grow so we can continue to bring you content like this year-round. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.